Time for us to get into the second hour's conversation, and this is one with a digital creator who's used her own narrative to shape the justice system of Uganda. Now, Alleti is a digital content creator dedicated to exploring the world through mindful lenses, and this in the places of aviation and travel. She also has a commitment to mental wellness, and I think that this is how this will seep into our next conversation. Now, she is a brave woman, and from her own experiences of abuse, has had enough when it comes to GBV. And so she's taken it upon herself to physically act and stand up to men who are abusive. And so we get into conversations with Alleti just to gauge her context and what it is she intends to do when she physically stands up to these men. Alleti, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to African Diaries.
Thank you for having me. How are you?
Ma'am, listen, I could be better, but we are grateful, we are happy, we are alive with possibilities. Are we well on that end?
Yeah, we are. We are very fine. We're very fine.
Alleti, I want us to get into your story, and before we get into your solution, right? I suppose my attention was caught when I was watching this video. You were on a podcast, and there was a gentleman who was saying, I don't know if you're joking about the solution, but I understand that you physically want to stand up to men when it comes to GBV. Let's go back to the point where you had had enough. What was going on that got you to this place where you said enough is enough?
Okay. So first of all, my childhood I grew up in a very violent home and environment. And of course, as a child, you don't control what happens in the home, but you're seeing all these things and they are affecting you. So when my mother passed away, I was 14 years old when my mom passed. Even the people that I stayed with after she had passed were violent. It was all violence, violence, violence. So my whole life literally has been violence, do you understand? And especially against women, you get. So it was me or the people around me, it was just too much. So as an adult, same thing happened because I've been married twice. Well, okay, it's all right, but twice legally. And in one of my marriages, it was so violent, like so violent. And I've always told myself at some point I'll get up and fight for myself because I've suffered an abortion, a miscarriage, because someone beat me up terribly, you understand? So I told myself that at some point, if I ever get a chance and get a platform where I can spread awareness, I'm going to do just that. So last year, I went to the internet and started sharing my story, and then so many women sent me messages. And those messages triggered me so bad and overwhelmed me. I realized that these people were going through so much. And they were not just saying these things to make stories. They were not trying to just make conversation. They had evidence of their men doing all sorts of things to them, to their children. It was so bad. It triggered me. And I told myself, I'm going to be the one that serves this generation. Because what are we going to do? If the justice system has failed us, we literally need to take the bull by its horns and fight back. Because the thing about Uganda is sometimes if someone is arrested for, let's say, assaults, they won't even be in there for 2 days, especially if they have money. It's very easy to buy their way out, and they'll do the same thing over and over again. You understand? So, yeah, that's why I said I'm going to stand up and do something. If we have to fight back, we really have to fight back.
And Alleti, I mean, after getting that influx of messages where women are like, me too, I too have suffered through this, what did you propose that the solution was? Because, I mean, you can't hit all these men, right?
I can't. You see, actually, the hating part was supposed to be sarcasm in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to a friend, Bonnie, I was seated at his podcast, and it was supposed to be sarcasm. But the whole idea is actually not sarcastic. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I'm trying to be as serious as possible. And I've called out to the Uganda police and anyone that can stand with me against this fight because it is too much. Like, there's so many things going on. You understand? There's so many people that don't have a voice, that cannot fight back. So my goal was to, if someone calls me and says, hey, Alleti, I'm in a violent relationship, I need help. My goal was to be able to go there, but with the help of the police, you understand? I didn't want to go to anyone's home without the police. So I've been trying to write to the police and trying to look for the right people to talk to. That's going well, but yeah, it's still, we're still in the early stages. I am hoping that the Uganda police really joins me and we help all the women that need the help. Yeah, so the goal was not to get to your home and beat you up or anything like that. I am against violence. We cannot really be violent, yet we're trying to fight against violence. I don't think it makes sense. But of course, now it blew up because, I don't know, it just blew up. But the goal was to be able to save all these women, go rescue them, get them out of these homes. And of course, now the bigger picture for me is to be able to have a home where if I rescue them, I can be able to put them somewhere for a while until they figure life out. Yeah.
The voice there of GBV activist in her own right, as well as digital content creator. That is Aleti Crystal joining us this evening. 22 minutes after 11 p.m. Central Africa time. If you have your thoughts, your views, your questions that you want to send through, do find us on WhatsApp +278 3288 6684. For now, a quick breather. 23 minutes after 11 p.m. Central Africa time, we're still in conversation with Aleti Crystal, who is a Ugandan digital creator as well as a GBV activist in her own right. And this evening, we're discussing her solution, her proposed solution to GBV in the context of physical violence. Alleti, I want to come back to the video that startled the team and I, right? What was the discussion on that podcast? Because unfortunately, I couldn't catch the entire thing, but there was a conversation that sort of went viral on TikTok. What was the conversation? Was it a joke? What was happening?
No, it actually was not a joke. So the whole conversation was about me, my childhood. So there's been some controversy around, because I was in a marriage where I married a man, paid my bride price. So we're literally talking about that, and then how that affected me so much. And then we talked about my other marriage where it was very, very violent and all the things that this person put me through. You understand? So now that's how we ended up now talking about men. Of course, men slander any day. Call me, like, pick me up. So that's basically what we were talking about. My failed marriages. Yeah.
The conversation did get to a place where you spoke about the goal being to discipline 1,000 men.
I'm very serious.
What does that mean, Alleti? What does that mean? You want to discipline 1,000 men?
Yeah, I want to be able to. I'm not even joking. I will discipline them. I'm already trying to do that because I'm already receiving calls. When that video went viral, people called. I received so many calls to a point that I had to switch my phone off. It was overwhelming like that. So, of course, I've been able to help a few, but not like violence. I've been able to help a few leave, because most of these people want to leave these situations, but they don't even have anyone to collect them from these homes, you understand? So some of them just need a shoulder, they need support. And yeah, I'm so glad that I've been able to do that, help a few of them. And then the arrests, we're still working, praying that the police gets back to me, because if they don't really, now I'm going to have to take matters into my own hands, and now that means I'm going to have to beat them. And then part of the viral clip where I said, I want to be able to beat 1,000 men, I also went ahead and said that I know for sure if I beat them up, I'll be arrested. I know 100%. But then I also went ahead to say that will not bother me, because if I'm doing the right thing, I'm willing to stand alone. I really
Absolutely. I think my question is, what is the state of GBV in Uganda? I mean, you've described it as one that's really rife. You had to switch off your phone because you're getting so many calls. What is the justice system doing for the women in Uganda at this stage?
So I do not think that the justice system has been very fair to us. I really don't think they're doing enough to help the women, and the situation is not good. It's really not looking good at all. But we live in a country where people are afraid to speak up. That's now the unfortunate thing about Uganda. People are actually afraid to speak up and stand and say, let's do this, let's take to the streets, let's fight, let's help each other, let's support. That's why I keep saying that I'm willing to start this fight. I'm willing. If we need to go to the streets, let's go. Let's do something. Let's force the justice system to let's force them to do their job, because clearly they have failed us and they continue to fail us every day. You understand? So the situation is not looking good at all. At all. I pray and hope that someone, one of these days, picks interest and listens to all these women that are going through these things. I'm not saying men don't go through these situations. They do too, but the majority, unfortunately, in Uganda are women, and no one is really doing anything to help.
And Alleti, I mean, after you coming out ever so boldly, do you not fear for your own safety?
No, I don't.
Ma'am, how? Look, come back to me. Come back
So
to
the
me.
thing is, when I came out, to be honest, I've always been vocal. I've always been a vocal person. So initially, when my friend released that clip, I freaked out. I was like, oh my God, I'm finished. People are going to maybe shoot me. People are going to hate me, drag me. Of course, there's going to be hate somewhere. But also, the topic has been met with a lot of positivity. I was really worried about the men dragging me, but it's been different. The men actually in support. I've received so much support from the men, and yeah, it's really really been good. I didn't think it was going to go this way, but yeah, it's really been all good. It's been support. It's been different people. Actually, I'm so happy that different people have reached out to say, Aleti, if you need my support, I'm here. People in government have actually reached out to say, if you need support, I'm here. People in good positions in the country have said, Aleti, I'm here. If you need me, I'm here. So of course, everyone is encouraging you need to register this and maybe make it an NGO or something like that, so that you're doing this the legal way. You understand? So of course, I've had also a team of lawyers offer me pro bono services, and I'm so grateful. Yeah, so it's been met with a lot of positivity, and I'm grateful to my country people. They've been so positive. And as for the women, those ones ride at dawn for me. When it comes to me, they literally are ready to ride. Yeah, but above all, the men have really surprised me. They've supported me. They've been solid with me, and I'm so grateful.
It is 30 minutes after 11 p.m. Central Africa time. We are in conversation with Aleti Crystal, who is a digital content creator, but also a GBV activist that is changing the course of history in Uganda, I suppose, one individual at a time. This message, of course, on the backdrop of a few videos that went viral concerning how Alleti wanted to solve for X when it comes to GBV in Uganda. Alleti, what is the dream? What is the goal? When you think of how you're going to combine all these efforts that are coming together, people saying, I'm here for you, how do you want to piece it together to solve the issue?
I just really hope, my one goal is to just really get the police, or actually not the police, the justice system on board. I really pray that they just come on board and help everyone. I hope that we can get to a point where women do not have to die because a man beat them up. I hope we get to a point where people feel safe in their marriages. I hope we get to a point where even when maybe someone is dead, justice is served. Because you see, in most cases now, people that are not privileged enough to be maybe in the city or be in a good position, people deep down in the villages, they die. People die on a daily. Women are beaten and they die every day. So now every time they leave a child, most cases this man is a drunkard. Who is going to take care of the little ones? No one. You see, now that's a life ruined. You kill this person, and then the children's lives are also ruined, and they will never know peace. They will never know love. They will never know comfort, or even the whole family. Everything changes. You understand? So my one goal is to just really get the justice system on board. I just really want them to. I pray they really get up and join the cause. Yeah, that's my only ask and goal and prayer and goal, basically. Yeah.
And essentially, the justice system coming on board means more arrests for the people in question, yes?
Yes, please.
Lastly, Alleti, for those who are not familiar with your brand, they're saying, I really like what I'm hearing. I want to follow you. I want to follow your journey. I want to volunteer because I'm in Uganda. Or I want to volunteer people who I know. I want to tell people in actual fact who are in Uganda. I want to give you resources. How do they get a hold of you?
So you can reach me on my Instagram, Aleti Crystal, my TikTok, the Aleti Crystal, and then you can also reach me via WhatsApp on +256 758 168479. Yeah, that's it.
Madame, continue to be an inspiration to very many people. I think as much and as scary as that initial video might have been, I do think you are changing history, and we love that. We absolutely love that. The team and I commend you, and of course, the people who are behind you.
Thank you so much.
The voice there of digital content creator as well as GBV activist Aleti Crystal, based in Uganda, changing the course of history, literally using her strong suits, which is social media, to garner attention, but for the right cause, to bring everybody together to say, listen, we need to deal with this problem of GBV. It is 33 minutes after 11 p.m. Central Africa time. Perhaps mine is to leave you with this question. What are you doing to change the course of your history? And it might not be in the context of GBV. How are you changing the world around you?